Tennessee Republican Congressman Mark Green on all of this. Congressman, were you satisfied with a lot of those answers?
No, those are ridiculous. I mean, they won't own anything. Of course, when I was in my foreign affairs meeting with Blinken just last week, they absolutely refused to accept any responsibility for what's going on in Afghanistan. Clearly, Mayorkas will not own anything at the southern border. They want to blame everything on Trump still. It's really crazy, Neil, and it's tragic.
I'm just wondering what happens now. I guess the view seems to be this gets to be Democrats versus Republicans, but I always try to tell people watch the show that we're not, red or blue here. We're just following what's really going on, and thousands are converging on that border, and many are given entry to this country, and they're not leaving. And now there are cases where they're dealing with some of the Haitian immigrants and returning them, but they're just a fraction of the throngs that have already gotten here.
Yeah, Neil, it's great to point out that even amongst that large group from Haiti that basically was camping in Central America waiting for an opportunity to come across our southern border, very few of those have actually left. I mean, they're trying to say that they have, but it's like 1,000 versus 12,000 that came across. We know about other groups in Colombia. We know about other groups throughout Latin America that are just sitting there waiting to come. 1.4 million have come across the southern border. You can't say you're for Americans who are unemployed finding work when you're letting 1.4 million people come across the southern border and take those jobs. And you mentioned, I think, kind of alluded to what Jen Psaki said yesterday, that they aren't staying when she was talking about COVID and not vaccinating the people coming across the southern border. She said, oh, well, they're not staying. I mean, how stupid do they think we are? These people are coming into the country. They're seeding COVID all over our country. And it's not like they're giving them even court dates anymore. They're just moving them throughout the country. It's insane what they're doing. And then they seem to think that they can Jedi mind trick us, and we're just going to accept what they have to say. It's absurd. They've lost their minds over there at the White House.
So when they are given a court date for those who are, sometimes I'm told it can be pushed back years. What is the likelihood that they'll show up for that court date?
The vast majority never show up for the court date. Those are just proven statistics. We know that. So when she says they're just coming here, I guess, for vacation, she seemed to suggest that they're going to leave so they don't need a COVID test.
So when Jen Psaki says that the past has proven that they do show up for their court date, a majority of it,
that's false.
She's got it wrong.
That's absolutely false. I was on Homeland Security last Congress, and the vast majority don't show up for their court date.
So these thousands who have gathered at the border and under this bridge and overpass, they're not going to go away, are they?
No, they're not. And as long as they maintain these policies, what Mayorkas said, he called it lies, that the transnational organizations, these, coyotes are telling those people lies. They're not telling them lies. They're telling them the truth, that it's an open border and that they should come. As long as that policy is in effect. And by the way, in violation of a court ruling, remember that just recently the court said that President Biden needed to reinstate Trump's policies on Remain in Mexico. He's failed to do so. He's just ignored the court's ruling.
All right, we'll follow it very closely. Congressman Mark Green of Tennessee.